3 at 3 today because I'm on with my buddy Charles Payne. So let's take a look at what is hitting on our radar today for unusual activity, shall we? Well, Affirm, AFRM, as you see there, on the 22nd, we had unusual activity when the stock was beneath 26, in fact, 25.78. They bought almost 8,000, which would be 800,000 share equivalent of those November 26.50 calls. That worked out pretty well. I'll show you in a sec. Also today, they came in with the stock at 28.44 and bought more. They rolled up. So when you hear us say roll, that usually means they're pulling money off the table and they're buying, in the case of calls, a higher strike. They're playing for a continuation of that run. Well, take a look at that. Stock trades up. In fact, it traded up over 30 today. And that arrow's kind of that indicator to you that boom, to the upside. Very nice move. Now let's talk about the 3 trades that we've got for today, other than Affirm, because that's a today trade too. In other words, getting a bonus for XLF. It was at 35.24. They were buying the March 35 puts. So that is a bet to the downside for financials. Why? Well, we're all happy that the Fed has been on pause and is likely to continue to be on pause. Everybody but the banks, because they're getting less, if you know what I mean. So that is the first of today's 3 at 3, and it's 19,000. That's 1.9 million share equivalent. Next one, General Motors, GM, 29 calls in December, so they've got 3 weeks to live. The stock's 28.30. I like this one a lot. Again, lower interest rates, good for cars, good for auto dealers, good for real estate. Maybe not so good for banks, but they bought 10,000. That's a million share equivalent. Third and final is Vodafone, VOD. They bought 23,900. That's 2.3 million, almost 2.4 million share equivalent. They bought the April 10 strike. You got a lot of time to be right, of course, 5 months to be right. And the stock was $9.02 when they did it. Bang. Well, that's going to do it for me today, folks. We always appreciate you tuning in. Those of you who are long-term followers of the unusual activity, you know this stuff works. Make sure you check it out at marketrebellion.com/get started. That's marketrebellion.com/get started. Bang.